Good morning to the principal, teachers, faculty, and students. Today, I would like to thank you for inviting me to speak to you on this Commonwealth Day. Today, this 11th day of March, marks not just a special day for you here at Arm Bailey School, but it is also a significant day to young people all across the islands of the Bahamas, because this Commonwealth Day also marks the 40th anniversary of our Commonwealth as an independent nation. While there are scores of young people gathered through the Commonwealth nations all across the world, we are shared by common goals and aspirations. And no doubt in my mind, we are also plagued by similar problems of rising unemployment, a shrinking global economy, rising deficits, unprecedented threats of our environment, rising crime, and other ills. However, today, unlike any other time in Bahamian history, Today you are the 40th generation to an independent Bahamas. While you are a generation facing enormous and more complex challenges, you are also a generation that if you embrace the opportunities before you, you will discover that you have the greatest opportunity to become the architect, builders, and leaders, agents of change for a newer and better, more modern Bahamas. What do I mean by this? Today, I am standing before you as a young Bahamian, not one that comes from a rich family or from a political connected family. I am a small-time Abaco boy whose family, like many of yours, did not have much. Just like many of you, I was not head boy or even a prefect in my school. I struggled to make a barely passing grade. But today, I am before you as a budding of a successful entrepreneur and a president of my own company, Bahamas Striping. My story is not unique. It is no different from the young man here today who comes from Foy Street to Grove, or from Montel Heights. It is no different from the young woman standing here today who comes from Charles Vincent Street, or from Claridge Road, or from one of our family islands. Today, no matter where we come from, our stories are the same. Our goal and aspirations are the same. We all want a better life for ourselves and our families. We all want to live the Bahamian dream. As we stand here today, it would be well to note that we are standing on the shoulders of many outstanding Bahamians who have pioneered a way for a more independent Commonwealth of the Bahamas. We must recognize, if you and I, as the next generation, to continue their legacy, we must all take steps we must all take a new attitude towards the importance of a good education. We must build a sense of community that stands upon the axis of shared values and a common collective goals as ourselves as a people. We must begin embracing and teaching our young people how to embrace every opportunity if we are going to build a bigger, better, and brighter Commonwealth of the Bahamas. It was just 3 years ago that Bahamas Striping was just an idea and a dream. It was my dream to start up a professional road striping company. I was like many of you who have ideas of owning your own business. However, a question that we must all ask ourselves, are we embracing today's opportunities to help shape and create a better future we desire for ourselves? I know my voice today echoes the voices of many young people throughout the length and breadth of our Commonwealth, but my dreams are no different from theirs or yours. We are all dreaming of a Bahamas with more and better opportunities. What I have come to learn is that success is not simply about dreaming big or simply thinking big, for even the Bible teaches us that faith without works is dead. Success is not simply what you want to be tomorrow, but it is about the collection of choices and opportunities that you embrace today as young people. As I am here, there are unprecedented opportunities that you have to become enterprising in this digital and information age. As young people, you have access to a world of information in real time. You must not just use this access for social networking, but you must build a bridge to a better, brighter, and better future for yourselves. You do not have to wait until you are finished school to embrace opportunities or start an enterprise. As young people, instead of forming, joining, or being involved in gangs or other antisocial behavior, form an enterprise. If you are smart enough to run the streets, you are smart enough to run a business. Get a sponsor to believe in you, to believe in your dreams, and invest in you with a lawnmower. On weekends, instead of sitting on the block, start a lawn care company. Use your energy, intelligence, and spare time to build a business that will reward you rather than place you behind bars. If you are techno-savvy, perhaps you can start with designing websites, providing a social strategy for business owners who are generally out of touch. Young ladies, instead of playing like you're more women than your mothers, learn how to cook, how to sew, and how to bake, instead of hanging in the back of the classrooms. Get permission to sell your homemade cookies. As young people begin to seek to chart a new future built around getting a job, not built around getting a job when you finish school, but how to become business owners and employers. If I can do it, you can do it. There's a young man in Freeport who noticed that he, along with all of his friends in his neighborhood, had bikes. So he placed a sign in the front of his yard promoting bike repairs. Soon, everybody bought their bikes for him to be fixed. Today, that young man employs over 67 full-time workers, owns over a dozen businesses, and has a network and access of over $30 million. This is the Bahamian dream. If he can and I can, then R.M. Bailey, you can. When a young person can take their passion, creativity, along with hard work and embrace the opportunities, the doors to their future will be bright. No time has provided a greater opportunity than the one that lies ahead of us. This is not just my time, nor is it just his time, but R.M. Bailey and young Bahamians everywhere. I say to you, it is our time. Each one of you must begin taking steps towards your dreams. Do not look at where you are, look forward. Do not look down, look upward. Let us hold our heads high and build a Bahamas we can all be proud of. Forward, upward, and always together. It is imperative that you recognize your ability to attend school is a gift that millions today are not afforded. You must understand your embrace of a good education is perhaps the most pivotal and critical asset that you can acquire. Sadly, for many who have already left school, and hopefully none of you here today will realize this after it's too late. Let me just say, especially to a young man, you do not have to experience what other people have experienced. You can learn from their mistakes. And young women, not every guy who smiles at you is up to good. How do I know this? I used to be one of them. Set high goals for yourself. Set high standards for yourself. Have a purpose in life. How can you be a focused young woman achieving a 3.5 GPA, and the young man who is trying to get your attention is walking around with his pants off of his hips and do not know the difference between a verb and a noun? Girls, look at these brothers in the face and tell them you are going places and do not have time for jokers. Understand and know what it is you want in life. Never let your future be determined by where you start, for it is not where you start, it is about where you finish. I speak from my personal journey to where I'm at today, and indeed I've had many challenges. I was not a top student. I did not always make the right choices when I was in school. However, despite of all of my setbacks, deep down inside of me, I know that there was greatness, and that I was settling for less, trying to fit in, being cool, and following the crowd. Like many of you, I became frustrated by not being able to see a way out or how to chart a meaningful path forward. All I had was my dream and a passionate desire for success. With no money, no well-known name, no political connections. For a period, I went to work for my grandfather in the construction field. During this time, my dream of owning my own business never left me. It was the one thing that kept nagging on the inside of me. However, sometime in the first part of 2010, I learned of the self-starter program. And this became my motivation to leave my grandfather's business and start my own company. For those of you who do not know what the self-starter program is, it is a program that was started by the government to encourage young people between the ages of 18 to 30 to get started in business. Through the program, persons can be awarded up to a $5,000 grant towards the start of their company. I took the $5,000 self-starter grant and formed Bahamas Striping. And today we have become the leading road striping company in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, specializing in road markings, parking lot striping, sports courts, as well as airport runway and taxiway striping, and more. Being young, passionate, and aggressive, I wasted no time but began meeting with the paving companies, commercial contractors, and developers, telling them about the company and the service we provide. Our goal was to get the company name out there to every potential client. This included reaching out to a foreign-based company who was dominating the industry here in the Bahamas for over a decade, to see if we could form a partnership with them. However, they were not interested in doing business with neither Bahamas Striping nor any other Bahamian striping company. With this, I needed a paradigm shift because I know that if I wanted to succeed in this industry, I would have to go up against this multi-million-dollar foreign-based company. It was at this stage that I had to change my marketing plan and business strategy. I was about to come like biblical David going up against Goliath. For me, all I had was my dream and the fact that I am a Bahamian. And more importantly, I was willing to invest in my own training to ensure that I could do the work that I was going after. Now here I am, a little boy from Abaco with a small Bahamian company and $5,000 about to tackle a giant. It was from day one that I knew that it was going to be a fight to prove to the paving contractors that foreign is not always better, and that even though I'm young and my company is small, I can still handle and manage large projects. Therefore, I set out to build a company that would have a competitive edge. You must stay committed to your goals, be passionate, and stand for what you believe in. I will always remember one of my first meetings that I had with one of the largest road paving companies in the Bahamas, when they told me that they would never give my company a chance to stripe on any of their jobs, and that they would continue to give all of their jobs to the foreign-based company. This could have easily discouraged me, but I believed in my idea and my dream. I remained committed in the face of grave uncertainty and insurmountable odds. I continued to make phone calls, wrote letters, and solicit business. I began positioning Bahamas Striping to deliver 5 core values on good quality customer service, quality work, fair pricing, and training and giving back to the community. Additionally, we believe and laid out a training strategy to empower our young Bahamian staff. We saw this as the best way to empower our staff, not just to accomplish the goals that we have set, but we know that this was support for producing a best quality work possible. To facilitate this training, we brought in at an international level, we brought in a UK certified striper to train my staff. Now you might ask, what is a UK certified striper? This is a person who is educated and trained in road markings according to the UK standards that we follow here in the Bahamas. Another core principle of my company is giving back to the community. Since the company was started, we have given back to training young Bahamian males, providing a second chance for them to secure a better future. We have donated over 300 hams and 400 children toys during the Christmas season last year. We have donated some 6,000 bottles of water to NEMA to help with hurricane victims. We have striped over 15 basketball courts as a donation to the various communities. And I have donated countless hours of my personal time to various speaking engagements, helping to inspire other young Bahamians. It is because of our corporate policies that I can proudly say that our first client 3 years ago is still our client today. We have over $350,000 worth of striping machinery and supplies. I employ 13 full-time and 4 part-time staff. And in May of this year, we will be moving in and opening our own office and manufacturing building. We have had many significant accomplishments over the years. However, the 3 that stands out are, firstly, Bahamas Striping is now the leading road striping company in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Secondly, Bahamas Striping has won the Construction Association Level 1 Subcontractor of the Year Award for 2012. And thirdly, my company stands out to giving young Bahamian men a second chance to a better life and to secure a career. Additionally, we have worked on some of the largest projects going on in the country today. This includes the new Linden International Airport, Bahamas, Solomon's Fresh Market, Southwest Plaza, as well as Marsh Harbor International Airport, and the Airport Gateway project going on here in Nassau. We have also traveled throughout the Bahamas to work on family island projects, including Grand Bahama, Abaco, Eleuthera, and Inagua. My company continues to grow, as we also have more family island projects on the drawing board for this year. We have work coming up in Exuma, Auckland, San Salvador, Berry Island, and Cat Island, and will also be returning back to Abaco and Eleuthera to carry out some more striping works on those islands. All of this is possible because I believed in my dream and was dedicated. We also have plans on the drawing board for expanding our operation. into other areas, completing the vision of Bahamas Striping becoming a full-fledged parking lot and road maintenance company that were not just specializing in road striping, but in road sweeping, drainage cleaning, concrete curbing, pothole patching, and wheel stop manufacturing. Let me just say this. If you think small, you will be small. But if you think big, you will become big. As young people, you must embrace every possible opportunity that comes your way with passion and determination. If we are going to build a bigger, better, and brighter future for ourselves as Bahamians, the stories that future generation will read will be the stories that this generation writes. We must build a bigger, better, and brighter future for every Bahamian must be afforded equal opportunities. We are Bahamians, and this is a part of living the Bahamian dream. We must not simply be about self, but we must engage each other to strive to be the best that they can be. We must be about empowering, impacting, and inspiring a new generation of thinkers and builders who will lead new Bahamian-owned businesses and lead a new and emerging economy. We must all be about building that better and brighter future, not just for ourselves and those born, but also for those yet unborn. Over the past 3 years, I've been inspired by many. I've also inspired many as well. I have met and worked with some extraordinary people who continue to inspire me. I would like to tell you about a 22-year-old male who has been with my company for just about 3 years now. At the time of his interview, he had just gotten out of jail. And instinctively, all of my advisors had already told me not to hire anybody who was in jail before. When this young man came to the interview, I told him that I could not hire him because he was in jail before. He looked at me and said, "Mr. Mitchell, how can I stop going back to jail? How can I support my son? How can I ever make my life better if no one wants to give me a second chance?" This young man broke down and cried and said, "I promise you, if you give me a second chance, I will be to work on time and I will become one of your best employees." He said that he was looking for a job for over 9 months and that no one wanted to give him a second chance. He also said that the previous night before the interview, some of his boys came to him and asked him to go on a move. But he said, "Mr. Mitchell, I didn't want to go because I don't want to be like my father who spent his life in and out of prison." After such a touching story, I hired the young man, and 3 years later, he still works with the company and is inspired to one day own his own company. This is the kind of passion that we need in our country, people helping people to get ahead in life. You have made mistakes. I have made mistakes. Your friends have made mistakes. We have all made mistakes. What we need in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas is a second chance. For this is my passion. This is what drives me. This is what motivates me. I am passionate about my country. I am passionate about young people. And I am passionate in seeing the Bahamas. I am passionate in seeing that we as Bahamians have a fair and equal opportunity to build in a bigger, better, and brighter Bahamas. Today I am telling you my story, because my story is no different from their story or your story. My dreams are no different from yours, for we all share common goals and common values. When I see myself on TV or in the newspapers, or one of my workers tell me that they want to be like me, I laugh, because when I was a student in school just like you, I did not see myself to where I'm at today at that time. I wasted a lot of time in school and made some dumb choices, and did not embrace every opportunity I had to learn. However, the greatest life lesson that I have learned is that if there's a wall in your way, you must not, if there's a wall in your way, you either have to go around it, go over it, go under it, or go through it. But you must not and should not give up until you get on the other side of it. Students of R.M. Bailey, believe in yourselves when others doubt in your dreams and aspirations. Have passion and determination for what you believe in. As students, you are in the most vital and valuable time of your lives. It is in this place that the foundation to your life is built. It is on this stage that you are being prepared to shape not just a future, but to build a more modern Bahamas. Students of R.M. Bailey, education is the foundation to your life. And if that foundation is not built correctly, your future will not be as stable as it can be. It is up to you to embrace this institution and everything that your teacher is teaching you. As I have already said, when I was in school, I did not always live by the golden rule. I did not understand the importance of a good education. And today I can tell you that was my biggest mistake. Some look at me and say I'm one of the lucky ones. However, it is only because I came to realize how much I would need a good education to become successful in life, that I began to pull myself together in my last year of school. I focused more on my education and less on my friends. You hold your future in your hands. Whatever it is you want to become in life, you need to start preparing yourself from now. For success does not come by chance. It comes through education, discipline, perseverance, and hard work. Students of Aaron Bailey, I believe that what you do daily will determine what you become permanently. So I encourage you to start searching from now the path to your future, and every day make steps towards it. I never thought that I would be where I'm at today, in front of an entire school telling them about opportunities and how making the right decisions can turn your life around. But what made me special was my determination and desire to become successful. And with God's blessings, I am able to stand before you today as the president of Bahamas Striping and a living testimony of what healing the Wise Counsel can do. I stand here as an example that putting God first, knowing and pursuing your purpose, can lead to a bigger, better, and brighter future. Students of Aaron Bailey and young people everywhere, you must be willing to work hard and not accept the norm. You are the generation of Bahamians who must chart a new course in industry, banking, tourism, education, science, politics, medicine, marine resources, and every aspect of life. You must chart a new Bahamas, for yours is the burden to stimulate and create a new emerging Bahamian economy, one that is inclusive to all Bahamians, affording the young, whether they be from Inagua, Auckland, San Salvador, or Exuma, with the same opportunities that you here in New Providence. Yours is the burden to create new business opportunities in the use of green technologies and bringing about environmentally safe development. But yours is the burden to bring the Bahamas forward from the use of fossil fuels with its damaging emissions to a cleaner source of renewable and cheaper energy. For yours is the burden to create thousands of new jobs with the sustainable approach of natural, marine, and agricultural resources. For yours is the burden to bring in the Bahamas more closer to its own food security. No doubt that your mandate is enormous. Your task is great. But we must face our challenges by finding solutions, thereby creating newer and more innovative industries, by becoming the architects of a newer and more modern Bahamian economy. Looking at you all dressed up in your red and white uniforms, I see myself looking at the future generation, the future prime minister, a future lawyer and doctor, the next entrepreneur. My eyes even came across the future Miss Universe. Finally, if I can do it, you can do it. There are no excuses. Not because you do not have the name brand shoes or belt, you cannot be successful. For it's not about that. It's about the choices we make in life. Students of Aaron Bailey, come and join me on the ladder of success, and let us build a better, bigger, and brighter future for the Commonwealth of the Bahamas that we love so much. Thank you for inviting me to share with you on this Commonwealth Day, and I hope that you enjoy the remaining portion and embrace every opportunity that comes your way. Thank you.